Guys, you see I'm getting my shoes on. We're getting ready to head out to go to Mountaineer, pick out a dryer for a family that we'll be delivering here shortly today. Actually, we got good news. Last time we got a dryer, I think it was, what was it, 75, 100, something like that?
It was like 100 and something.
Anyway, now they're telling us it's a little bit cheaper in prices, but I'm just going to make certain. He said,
well, also
65.
that was the delivery fee for the last guy, so we're not.
There was a delivery fee, I think $25, something like that. We're not going to have that because we're taking it ourselves. It's nearby. And two, I think he said $60 to $85. So we do have enough money. $50 came in, plus we said we would go up to $50. So we're going to take care of this family in need today. We're just going to go pick up a dolly real quick, and we'll see you soon. Alright, so we are picking up the dolly right now and loading it up in the back of the truck. We'll be heading to Mountaineer next. See you soon. Alright guys, you can see behind me that we have the dryer in possession here. We are leaving Chillicothe. We just went to Mountaineer. Actually, the dryer was $85. So that means we have a little money left over to be able to bless the family with. And we are heading down outside of Chillicothe to deliver this dryer right now. Miranda's driving here. I don't know if you can really see her. Miranda, you want to share with everybody that song that you always think about?
Every time we do this, where we raise money for family, because I mean we give money ourselves. We don't just expect people to give money. I mean, we normally try to put up at least half of the money that's needed, and that money is our tithe and offering to the Lord. That's where that money comes from. It comes out of our own pocket, and it is a way to bless the body of Christ. And I mean, doesn't mean you have to give it to a building. I mean, a need is a need, and that's what we try to meet. We try to meet a person's need. What do they need? And also help them, pray that it helps them spiritually as well. But the song I always think about the song Thank You by Ray Boltz. Now, a lot of people don't like Ray Boltz, but the song is amazing. And the part of the song I always think of is the part, I don't know if they're crying, is the part where it says, you didn't have much money, but you gave it anyway. And Jesus took the gift you gave, and that's why I'm here today. And that truly, that's what goes through my mind every time we are able to raise this money, a certain amount of money, funds to meet a need for somebody. And, maybe a dryer, maybe it's helping them get their electricity back on, maybe it's helping them get some food, maybe it's helping them, whatever they may be needing. And I just thank God that we're able to keep doing this. I mean, this is been 3 years in a row we've just been doing it. So I'll give it back to Jeremy because I'm trying to drive.
Yeah, while she's driving, guys, I just wanted to briefly talk to you about this stuff. And in some of the cases, most of the cases, some of these people are actually involved in multiple amounts of things. Some of them have jobs, some of them go to churches. And I've started asking questions like, why can't some churches help? And this is a very controversial question, and I guess it's a controversial answer. But a lot of times, especially in these times, there are several churches that just don't even have any money to help anyone anymore. And it's something that it's the reason why their smaller churches are shutting their doors, because people aren't attending. People aren't actually giving a tithe to keep the doors open. I'm not even talking about paying a minister. I'm just talking about the lights and electric for a building. And then someone comes along and they need help and they don't actually have it. But I'm seeing across the country and the world, especially in other states and even here locally in other places, there are individuals that maybe ministers may not be, and they're coming together and they're saying, hey, let's do a fundraiser. Recently someone had a fire, and everyone's rallying around the community to gather, clothing and items for the family. And we had a business that caught on fire. They did the same thing for the employees. So these are things that anyone can do, whether you are a business, you are a profit or a non-profit. An individual as a human being doesn't have to wait for a church or a government agency or anything else to be able to help and give to somebody. If you saw someone legitimately having a need of food, clothing, and shelter, and you had the means to ask someone to help you, I think everyone has the means to ask someone to help you, or ask how can I help you, and take it that extra mile and say, well, I'm going to find someone that can help you. That's the mindset that is missing in America today, is saying, I may not have the money, but I'm going to find someone who can help you. And if I can't find someone, I'm going to ask them to find someone. And you don't stop until that need is met. And in some cases, it doesn't happen instantaneously. This getting this fundraiser for the dryer took 3 days. 3 days of asking people. And it finally happened. We had another one in the past where it took, 7 days, 8 days, I think, something like that?
One it took almost 2 months.
2 months?
Well, we helped save a woman's house in Louisiana from foreclosure, and we raised over helped raise over $2,000 for her. That took like 2 months to do that.
Exactly.
But her house was saved, and that's what we do.
And she's got the point. I mean, that's exactly what we do. And we're not getting anything out of it for ourselves. Like I said, we're not a prophet. We're not a prophet. I'm just me. I'm just a human being who sees a need, who's asking people to help. And I challenge you today, if wherever you live, to follow our example today. And I've never had to say follow our example, but please follow our example and see a need, ask questions, get all the specifics, make certain it's a legitimate need, ask, and then start asking people to help you. That's why we're called the body of Christ. We're supposed to be able to help. Malachi talks about filling up the storehouse and opening the storehouse to people in need. That's part of this whole tithe thing to God. It can help pay ministers. It can help pay church buildings and facilities and programs. But it can also be used to help the body of Christ. We'll see you soon when we get to our location. Bye-bye. Alright guys, we just dropped off the dryer to the home. And we gave them a check too for the extra money left over. $15 check, so they get some dryer stuff and a little bit of gas. They said they need live a little outside in between Waverly and Chillicothe is where we're at right now. So I'm trying to make certain you guys can't really tell where I'm at for all you locals that are watching this video. I'm trying to make sure you don't see the addresses. But we're going to be posting the pictures of the 2 checks. You'll see the receipt for the dryer that we just bought at Mountaineer. And we're going to go from there. Brenda, do you have any thoughts on this?
I'm just thankful that, I just to see the look on the lady's face when we brought it in, and she was almost driven to tears. She's like, you just don't understand how much I appreciate this. And I said, it's God, because, we didn't have all the money to give for this. And I said, because of the generosity of one person, I said, you're getting this dryer, us and this other person. And she couldn't believe it. She says, well, you tell this person who gave that I just can't thank them enough, and they'll never know how much this means to me. She said, I've just got laundry everywhere, and I just have, no way to dry. They don't have any kind of poles or anything to hang the laundry up on a line or anything. So that makes it tough too. But I'm just glad we were able to help, and it's just a blessing.
Yeah, guys, this is what we do with every day. I mean, sometimes it's a phone call that I'll get emails.
The majority of the time, it is something simple like a phone call. Or
we'll get
like
Facebook messages.
Yeah.
We'll get MySpace, Twitter, other websites that we're on, and it's pretty much just like old school ministry where you're in a location back in the day when there was no transportation. You just walked around and talked to people. Then we got cars, so then people went places. Then we got phones, and people made phone calls. And now, with our ministry, we're able to do all those. We have the transportation, we have the phone calls, we have the emails, MySpace, Twitter, the social media stuff. So we're just encompassing everything that we possibly can to bring the message of Christ to people, because we did take time to minister to her heart, talk to her, ask if she needs anything, so we'll pray for her. Talk to her later on Facebook. She has added us personally, and was curious more about our ministry, gave her a card, and hopefully that we were able to encourage her and let her know that Jesus Christ does exist here on planet Earth still, and there are people that are willing to listen to the word of the Lord and to donate their time and services to help others in need, and furthermore, to show that Christ exists. Thank you guys for tuning in for this wonderful opportunity to share just a glimpse behind what it's like one day in trying to do ministry to reach the people of Christ. God bless.